Reet!
Howdy guys. So, today's episode, it might take a little bit to get done, but we've got something real special, and I did go through it at the show and show, but I never mentioned it, never got to pull it out. But very excited about this car. Haven't been excited about a car like this in a very long time. And you could call me a sheep, call me whatever, but just wait and see what we've got in store right here. Tom Shepard editing the most gangster music you've got right now. Alright, here it is. Here we have the beast. It's about to fall up. So, what we have here is the new drift school car. So, very excited, and you can see why I'm excited about it. It's pretty much the Aussie JZX, the old Ford, the Barramundi, the AU Ute, the Almighty. So yes, everyone's jumping on the AUs, but there's a reason why. Because these are the future of draft right here. As ugly as they are, they got all the bits you need, all the goodies, all the strong parts. They've got the live axle diff that will never die underneath. Got the 4 litres of power. Oh, yeah. It's the Intech, whatever that means. I think it doesn't even have variable cam timing, like the newer models. But it's got 4 litres of fury. You thrash it for days, it's Mangum. It's pretty much like an R31, but bigger and better and cheaper now. Alright, so the idea here, this video, is going to be a build video. Might take a few weeks, but we'll get her done. We've gotten our first event back, and we want to have this as the rental car for drift school. So we've got a few parts already for it. As you can see, it's got the beautiful primer grey colorings. So first on the list is a bit of paints. Got some suspension, got some seats, we got some nice wheels. I'll show you in a second. And what came with the car, we got the AU house lock kit things. So these are knuckles, and they're just like cut and shut. You can see some welds on there. Some nice welds. So custom fabrications. You can see them right there, beautiful. Got some, apparently these are like camp. Oh! Apparently these are like some camper things. Give you, it's like extending your LCAs, but not. For some reason it only comes with 1 tie rod, apparently you only need 1, don't know how that works. And we got the almighty bolt-on spacers, which everyone needs. The Kang fitment. And pump them guards. Even these comes with 3, what is? Comes with 3, how work. Is there another hidden one there? Oh, I'm missing one. No, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Corey will figure it out. So yeah, we're gonna slam it. Gonna get those rear springs reset. Paint sheen. We'll get into that. But I think we've got a good idea on what we want for paint and a little bit of livery, not much, and then a bit of drift school and shit on the side. Interior is beautiful on this. Windows do not work, so that's a bonus. So we got that 5-speed manual and short shafter. She clunky as hell. We've got a beautiful steering wheel, Nardi. I'll show you in a second. Nothing but the best. Got some seats. Get rid of these. Freaking thing. The other side has definitely been eaten by a rat or something nasty. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, it's a good little list of things. Have a play with the handbrake. See if we can get that working. It's already a powerhouse, so I don't need to do anything there. Probably do some stanky exhaust to make it sound more like a fart bomb. Oh, windscreen here. You have to get under that. You'll see some Reet banners, some special stackers. Really want to show you these wheels. But yeah, I think you can get front coilovers for these, so I'll try to bank some of them in there. But that's about it. Pretty basic build. Should be able to smash her out, get her looking sexy. The Aussie JZX right here, so. Alright, so as you've seen, the car has now changed and we've filmed nothing. Typical. But we'll run through mods in a second, and a whole bunch of parts that have arrived for it to continue this build. But before we do that, I want to introduce the whole team and a new team member. Let's do it. And now introducing our newest team member, Jesse. Go! That's it. Take a seat. Take a seat. Oh, that's tight. So welcome.
Thank you.
To the Can Gang Factory. So I'm welcoming here old friend Jesse Scott. Not really friend, but he's here now and he's my friend forced because he's working for me. But Corey was getting a bit too under the pump, getting a bit upset. So we had to get someone to help him out, and Jesse's been in my ear probably about 3 years, I reckon.
Give me a job.
And I'd always joke about putting him on but not putting him on, and then we legit got busy enough. We had to put him on. So here he is, driving from 50 hours away. Tell us your life story, how you came to be here.
I love drifting. It's sick. My life revolves around it, and now I'm doing it for a job. So yeah. It's mad.
What did you used to do?
Was electrician, self-taught mechanic, and here we are.
So he's a bit of a YouTube famous boy as well. So
yeah, hashtag J Scott Drifts, shameless plugs.
So part of his contract, he has to delete that channel, and now all goes into the new channel, KiR Reet channel. So give us a new plug.
KeepItReet.com, youtube.com/KeepItReet.
He is a sponsored driver, was sponsored driver, now full-time paid driver.
Professional.
Full professional. Tell us a bit about your car.
Yeah, I got a S14 built SR, takes like 340, 350 kilowatt. Gonna be doing the Battle Royale Pro Am series.
Your boy plays indoors. It's actually only about a week away. I don't know where that will drop in relation to this video. But congratulations on your 3rd place. I'm going to predict it right now.
Come to the podium.
I think pretty much conduct the awkward interview. We can get back to Barra thanks now. What do you reckon?
Sounds good.
Alright, so quick rundown on this. Jesse has actually been doing all these shat mods. He's already stuffed up. He got the new front end, the wrong front end. You've upgraded to sedan front end.
Upgrades.
So we've done a few wreckers trips, got some new doors because they're all dinted. Locks were not working, and windows were not working, so we've got all that now. What else have you done?
We put the AU House lock kit in it, so it's got mad lock. You want to have a look at it? Or?
Yeah, show me that lock, son. Oh. He's got the camber kit in there too, which turns out to be literally the standard bracket. Cut down. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good lock. It's actually more locked than the bloody 33. Crack. I think the other wheel shows it better. Oh, damn! Oh, all that lock. Gangster. And then rear end.
Yeah,
We've got this spoolie boy. Can't really demonstrate. Well, you can demonstrate it by turning your corner, but I'm not going to do that. We all know what a mini spool looks like. I forgot. I can't remember if I mentioned that we're going to weld it or spool it, but it was like $50 for a spool, and you can't break it. So we slapped her in there. Did not film any of it, but she'll be right. And yes. Now to the carrying parts collection. Damn! Where to begin? So, start down here. Genuine, Nardi, made in Italy wheel on every car. 360 mil only, or thereabouts. I think they're all 360, but you have to in every car. Boss kit, need that, the bolts are on. Hydraulic handbrake, Which reminds me, you did the rear drums and pads and everything?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. New brakes all around. Yeah. Yeah. New discs and pads all around.
Yeah.
Front and rear.
Gonna be a beast. So, just gonna do inline hydro. The tank, and try to put it in standard position. There's no point in doing a bloody one of these Top Boy handbrakes. I've actually never had one in any of my cars. And if you learn to drift, you probably want to learn in the stockish position. But I think the stock ones are pretty junk. Internal drum, either way, they'll seize when we binned them. So we've got that now. Moving on to the seats, I think we've already gone through them. The Sparco grid cues. It's actual, not too bad. Next gangster part is Pacemaker 4480s. So a good friend Dan Radley told me about these. He reckons they sound like a 1J. Looked at a vid on YouTube, instant soul. It does actually sound like a 1J. So I don't know how that works being NA, but that's gangster. What I spoke about before, the 33 GTR wheels. So I'm gonna get the mass hate for this because these wheels are probably worth like half 3-piece wheels now. But it doesn't matter because they're gangster. They're good sizes and yes, 17 by 9 plus 30. They should fit fat as hell. I'm gonna slam it on them. Speaking of slamming it on them, we've got them short as hell rear shocks and leaf springs that are pretty much dead flat now. I think they're like King's SSSSSSSL, whatever that means. And then these, which we've already decided we're gonna cut down even lower, but they're pretty much quadruple SSS with an XL in there. Some eBay coilovers, what, 12 kilograms of weight to push them down. Don't know, hopefully they'll ride good. But yes, that concludes all the parts. So now on to Jesse on installing them. Oh, sorry, paint as well. That's what you're doing today.
Yes.
Paint in the next day also. So
Yeah,
prep that out.
sanding it right now, so paint it tomorrow the next day. And then you get all the parts in there, slam it
Slam it.
to the floor,
Yeah.
and then do a skid.
So we're doing it, we do this every time. We like paint cars and then roll guards. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna paint it, slam it, and then roll the guards. It's the right way to do it. I think, what are we doing? Straight to 600 grit, first up.
Yeah. Sure.
Pump them. Fat. Fat as hell. Bit kinked in, but shoot.
Jesse's nearly finished the rears. So we get our ass, don't look at that. And I think belting at the front, making it look sexy compared to that looks shit.
Fat.
Alright, we're about to take the AU down for paint, rented out the booth for the day. It's the quickest and roughest paint prep I've ever done, so hopefully it doesn't look like utter shit at the end, but it's an AU, we didn't want to spend too much time on it. We had our custom Keep It Reet wide body on here, front and rear.
Yeah, hammer job.
Nah, should come up mint. And then get her back from paint and start slapping on some of those goodies. We're at the booth. AU's here. Masked up, wax and grease. Don't worry about the windscreen because that's getting replaced. Send it. We got some custom bit of headlight masking going on here. Try to get rid of those shat AU headlight shapes.
Yeah.
Show those guys a shoot. Oh, what's that? He back. Damn, boy. Look at them custom headlights. Sexual.
Hot.
It's such a different. You've already marked it.
Nah,
Oh no.
there was like a scratch in the panel and the paint wouldn't cover it.
Yeah, shibs. Look at them flares though. Them flares. That's professional. Look at them flares too. It's ready for slammage.
She's ready. Alright, so as you guys saw, AU is back from paint. So now we're gonna get into dropping this thing to the floor. So currently just sitting on stock suspension. Got the AU house lock kit in there, the cut and shut knuckles, the camber plate thingies up there for a little bit of camber. Shit's decent lock for an AU. Okay, so we got these double SL Leafs and Jordan Chocks, something like that. They look awfully flat when you compare them to the curve on these ones. Doubles according to that logo. And they're heavily packed with leaf, so hopefully they'll be nice and stiff for mad skids. And we got these eBay coilovers for the front, max lows. Start getting it on there, rip these leaves out. I've had them disconnected before. This bolt seems to be pretty stuck on this bush here, so I'm gonna have to burn the bush out or something to get that bolt out because the new leaf didn't come with a bolt, but she'll be right. Have a dip. All right, we've got the lowered leaves in the AU. Looking much better. Fresh brakes we put on the other day. 30mm spacers that came with the AU house lock kit. I think we're gonna have to go bigger on the rear with our fat fenders, but still waiting on the shocks because Burstons gave us the wrong ones. So we'll go ahead and get the coilovers in the front, which will be a whole lot more straightforward than the rears. Obviously just unbolt that thing and then a couple of bolts at the top or something like that. Should be pretty straightforward. Get that on, get the GTR wheels on. Probably put a bigger spacer on the rear before I drop it down because I know it's just not going to be fat enough. The front might need a little bit more too, but keen to get her on the ground and slam her. Alright, so I got the AU back on the ground after playing around with a heap of different spacers and ride heights on the front coilovers. Got the front coilovers in as well. She's looking alright, but the rear is still too high. The front is looking pretty gangster. I think I might need to raise it just a smidgen so she don't scrub when she's cornered. Not bad. But yeah, apparently these are the lowest leafs you can get and it's still rubbish. Absolute junk. So I think I'm going to put it back on the hoist and try flipping the leaf springs upside down and seeing what that does. Hopefully that'll give us the slamness that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and see how she comes up. So yeah, we're going to try to flip the leaves. Not going to work because like it was 20mm short of working before the axle hit the frame rail after I removed the bump stops. So that's not going to happen. So now we got some lowering blocks out of Jason's Tundra. I just went and got some bigger U-bolts. So we're going to try chuck these in. These are like 2-inch lowering block, lifting blocks.
From the Tundra.
Which we are lowering with.
Yeah,
So
nice.
there, we'll see how this goes.
Cool.
Hopefully she works.
What did Jesse do?
Jesse fucked it.
He fucked it, did he?
I didn't fuck shit.
I'm pretty sure one of you did.
I know that. Next minute, Corey gets me in trouble.
Like, where's the grill?
Alright, so as you guys saw, we got the AU slammed finally. We got one of the wheels off now because we're just going to be trying a smaller tyre to get that mint fitment. But right now, I'm going to start working on cleaning up this crusty ass interior. Already got the Nardi on there, pulled one seat out and threw some of the rubbish in the bin, but as you can tell, it's awfully crusty in here. So she's going to be getting a bit of a transformation. Bulk pubes. So yeah, get these seats out, clean it all up. We got a center console to go in, and we got 2 fresh Sparkos waiting to go in. So it's really going to transform this interior. So I'm going to keep ripping this seat out and clean it right up. We also got a hydro sitting there. Good work out where we're going to mount that. Something like the stock handbrake location, sorta. So yeah, should be sick. AU's coming together. Got a fresh windscreen fitted just before. Passenger seats all bolted in. Driver's seat, I've made the brackets to, I'm just using the stock seat rails and sliders and then just modifying them to work with these seats. Got a sound console in there. Driver's seat's all done, but I'm just stuffing around trying to mount the hydraulic handbrake. So I got the factory cable handbrake bracket here that bolts to the floor, and I just welded a bit of box tubing we had onto the top of that. And then yeah, basically that's going to hold the hydraulic handbrake. So I don't know where it is. So yeah, once this paint dries a little bit, whack it in and see how all the positioning is. Get that driver's seat back in there as well. We got some stretch tyres on there now and raised the front a little bit. You would have seen we got the lowering blocks in and she's looking awfully slammed. We did still have one bump stop in, so now it's sitting nice and low both sides. Got the hydro mounted up. That's meant, I'll show you that in a minute when I drop the car down, but just under here at the moment, we just plumbed in the lines for the hydro. So basically it's just an inline hydro setup. So this rear brake line that runs from your brake master back to your brake calipers, there's like a T-piece that tees off to both brake calipers. I basically just cut that here, got some joiners, bit of hard line. So you basically cut it, and then the side coming from the master goes up and into the handbrake, and then out of the handbrake, back into the other side of this line we cut, and then back to the rear brakes. So it's a pretty simple and basic way of doing it. I personally don't really like the feel of it, because you can kind of feel the pedal and pushing back against your handbrake, but it works alright. A lot of people still run it, so yeah. So here we got the handbrake all mounted. I'll show you what it looks like and where it sits when I got this seat bolted back in, but it's pretty mint. Sort of like the stock handbrake posi. Here are our lines. We've already got the flare and fitting on one of them. So that is the back one, that's the feed in. And then this one, this front one, is the feed out to the brake calipers. So I'll put a flare on that with the fitting and then screw them in. Should be good for a bleed. All right, we're all done with the hydro. Looking good, all plumbed up. Bap, 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 bap. Ready to rip. Got the driver's seat back in. Now we're gonna do the exhaust. So I've ripped off the old exhaust. It's pretty manky. Pulled off the headers. We got some pacemaker extractor looking things. So we're gonna bolt them on. And then we got some tube coming. We're gonna make a 2.5 inch exhaust, just mold steel. Budget exhaust for a budget car. They need to be stainless for this thing. No, right, Corey?
Nah, stainless as well, mate.
Alright, update for the AU. I've been doing a bit behind the scenes because we're been pretty busy trying to get this thing done. Someone actually booked to drive this car for the drift school rental car, which is tomorrow night. So we've been cranking on this thing, trying to get it ready. We made the exhaust. So we got our fully sick pacemaker extractors into just a mild steel MIG welded 2.5 inch ghetto 3 inch hot dog that I chucked in there. Yeah, 2.5 back to here. Made a little ghetto Y piece and these 2 other hot dogs that were pulled off a car. And then we didn't end up finishing it. I've made it like that, and then basically these need to be extended out, and then we're gonna do like twin 3 inch
dumpies or something out the back here, but we sort of just left it like that for now, just so she's good to go, and then next week we'll finish that end piece off. We also converted the clutch to hydraulic, so I made this little bracket here that basically we mounted a Skyline slave cylinder on, welded a little washer thing here because there's a rubber bush in there. The cable used to come through here and grab it here, but basically I mounted the Skyline slave on here, hydraulic braided line up to a Skyline master cylinder that is hiding up there. I'll show you guys when I drop it down. And yeah, did some custom stuff for the clutch pedal and mounted the master on the firewall and got the throw right, and yeah, she seems mint. It's heaps nicer to use than the old junky cable clutch. Feels much better, so it's gonna be sick for all the clutch kicks. Also took some camber out of the front, went back to the factory camber plates up here instead of these ones that came with the car. These just basically move the hole from up there back to here, which brings that top arm in, which adds camber. We've still got a bit of camber. You can see it more when the car's on the ground, but yeah, it was a bit excessive. This car is registered. And is going to be a bit of a run-around car and work vehicle. She's just about ready to go. I'm just going to take it for another quick test drive, see how the alignment feels. I'll give it a start up and give you guys a suss of the exhaust. Sounds pretty sick. Alright guys, wrap up vid on the AU. She has been to the track. We got some sweet drift school stickers on there. It's sitting on the 350Z skid wheels at the moment. So I went to drift school, had a couple little issues. I think it blew a power steering pump, so it's got no power steering. So I'm not sure how many skids I actually got out of it. I think they ended up driving the Pink 32. RIP RB20. That went kaboosh. Yeah, she's pretty much complete. There's a couple of things we need to change before the next drift school. It's a bit low. I mean, it looks sick, but it's not super practical. Josh did actually try to tow a trailer with it, and that didn't actually go too well. It drives mint though. It feels super good. Hydro's mint, seats are good. It is set up for a decent skid, but yeah, I think we're gonna have to maybe change the 2-inch lowering blocks to 1-inch lowering blocks. New power steering pump, make sure that's all sweet. All in all, she's a beast, and I'm sure someone's gonna have a pretty sick time drifting this at the drift school. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you in the next one.
You.